Hello everyone, and welcome back at today's analysis. As now for today's episode, I will analyze none other than Clark Kent, also known as Superman, one of the main protagonists of the DC Extended Universe. One of the most iconic superheroes ever made in pop culture, the Superman is the ultimate embodiment of that intergalactic savior that protects the Earth from evil threats. And in this episode, I will analyze all the information given about him throughout the movies of the DCU to better understand Superman and his journey from an orphan from another planet to the guardian he became on this one. And now, without further ado, let's dive in. Superman was originally born on Krypton in 1983 under the name of Kal-El, and at his birth, Krypton has been suffering to the planetary collapse, as the core of the planet was mined for centuries, and the planet itself is about to implode. And of course, in his last moments, Kal-El was launched by his parents into outer space as Krypton exploded, and the pod eventually ended up arriving on Earth, in Kansas in the United States to be more specific, where he was adopted by farmers Benjamin and Martha Kent, and grown up with the name of Clark Kent. And growing up, Clark didn't have an easy life, given the fact that he was constantly bullied by others, and he had problems to do his own perception of the world, in the sense that he had some superhuman powers from a young age, but he didn't know, and he eventually grown up feeling different from all around him. Eventually, one day, when a storm hit the farm, his father sadly became a victim of the storm, and thus Clark stayed behind at the farm taking care of his mother, while trying to get a job in Metropolis. And eventually by 2013 his whole life has changed forever when he came in contact with a spaceship in Antarctica, the Fortress of Solitude, where the ship's AI, itself being a replica of his biological father's consciousness, officially introduced into his true origins as Kal-El, as a Kryptonian who arrived on Earth, and thus convinced Clark to accept his powers and to use them to protect the people of the world. And thus Superman was officially born, desiring to help the people of the world fight criminals and protect the Earth, his new home. But of course, soon problems have arrived, as the infamous Kryptonian General Zod, upon detecting the Kryptonian ship on Earth and realizing Superman's existence, he wanted to kill Superman and use the codex from his DNA in order to destroy the Earth and recreate the Krypton. And Clark managed to successfully stop him and save the planet in the process. And now, fast forward to 2016, things have officially escalated as he came in conflict with Batman, who perceived Clark as a threat and wanted to kill him in order to save the humanity. And in the process, they come in contact with another fellow superhero, Diana Prince, aka Wonder Woman, and come into conflict with the infamous CEO Lex Luthor, who used Zod's DNA alongside his own to create Doomsday so he can kill Superman to do his own views on the fact that Superman seems like a god. And of course, while he initially succeeded in doing so, Luthor was put in the jail, and his friends and family officially mourned him for the fact that he was one of the greatest heroes they ever lived. And thus, Clark Kent sadly passed away at the age of 33, for now. As now, 3 years later, by 2019, he was officially resurrected in order to save the world from Steppenwolf, Darkseid's uncle and apprentice. As now Superman became part of the Justice League alongside Batman, Wonder Woman, The Flash, and Aquaman. And now, before I go any further, we also stop and ask ourselves, is Superman good? And the reason why I'm asking this is while it's undeniable that he's legitimately a wonderful person. There is one thing that worries everyone, and that being the nightmare timeline. The alternate reality in which Superman was brainwashed by Darkseid after he lost Lois Lane and became a dictator over a planet, ruling the Earth for Darkseid, and hunted down the Justice League and all their sympathizers to near death, as Batman became the leader of the resistance. And now, while this timeline is downright scary and an actual frightening possibility within the DCU continuity, still, Superman still keeps his ground and is morally restrained from hurting anyone as of now. Not to mention that in that timeline, he was brainwashed by Darkseid, and thus is not himself that commits all these horrible crimes, thus proving that Superman is nothing more but a pure good person who legitimately cares about others. And the answer is ultimately yes. Superman is a good person, and finally he had to save the world from Steppenwolf and stop Darkseid's invasion for now. And he now goes on with his career as a superhero, wanting to save as many people as he can. So in the end, Who is Superman? He is nothing more but a wonderful person who found himself trapped into an entire new world. A person who had his entire homeworld destroyed and crash-landed into a new one over which he became his guardian. A superhero that would use his powers for good, and the kind of person that could easily be called as one of the best heroes ever made in cinema. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please don't forget to give a like and subscribe, and have a nice day.
Not impressed.